Well, hello everyone out there in podcast land. This is your old pal, Bullwinkle J. Moose, and at this moment in time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you my favorite TV podcast show called Hey, I Am Talking Here with Steve Rizzo and his pal, Eric Bam, the Bam Man. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, bub. Well, hello everybody. This here is Steve Rizzo. Anyway, welcome all. Welcome to Hey, I'm Talking Here. This is a show, an entertaining show about empowerment. This is a show that will not only take you to a better place personally, but professionally. And in my view, that is the ultimate success. And I don't know what you thought about that beginning, but I absolutely love Bullwinkle J. Moose, one of the funniest cartoon characters. It was a cartoon for adults, not for kids. If you listen to what that character was saying throughout his show, it was absolutely hysterical. But anyway, enough about Bullwinkle J. Moose. This show, as you know, is brought to you by Conversations with Bob. This is why this show was created. That's a recent book that I've written a while ago. It took me 7 years to write. It's been out now for about a month and a half. Wonderful reviews on Amazon. I appreciate everyone that purchased the book and gave a review. As you know, my goal is to get the message out to the masses. And whether you know it or not, you're part of getting the message out just by purchasing the book and giving a review and letting people know about it. And I love the show that we have this evening. Is happiness a choice? And if you have an opinion on that, and I hope you do, for the followers, people that have been following us and newcomers, please give your comments, share everything with your friends, with your family. We're trying to get a big following, and we're getting it. The following is bigger every week. It's amazing. So we really do appreciate your comments, even if it's just a hello or you want to give an opinion on, is happiness a choice? And let's just have fun tonight, because I love this topic, because there are some people that just don't get it, that happiness is a choice. And I understand that, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let me introduce my team, my wonderful team, with whom I could not be doing this without. First, let's bring up my director, producer, my tech guy, Bruce the Main. Nice hat.
Yeah, actually, I feel kind of guilty wearing it, because it's like bragging type thing.
Why?
But I like it. It's a nice tea hat.
It's a what?
It's a tea hat. So
You never brag.
okay.
Be proud of what you wear. As a matter of fact,
so last month I spent $6 on electricity to charge the car.
Oh, cool. I like it. Wear the hat and wear it proud. And your beard's looking good too.
Actually, I think I had to shave it for a client meeting, because otherwise,
you shave your beard for a client meeting?
Yeah, I guess you figure a day off is a day when I don't shave. So a day I work is a day I actually have to shave.
All right, we really don't need to know that crap, okay, Bruce? Just let's keep it in conjunction with the show.
We got a lot of comments coming in too.
Oh, geez, I forgot I'm talking to him too long. That's what happened. All right, now let's. But I love you. Let's bring up Eric Bam, the Bam Man, my co-host, my friend, my Goomba, my banana talking moron.
Sorry, I'm having problems with my dial-up. Hold on a second. Hold on, I got it. Okay,
how you doing?
It's working now. I'm good. Do you know what the J stands for in it's actually in Bullwinkle and Rocky. It's both their middle names. You know what it stands for?
Bullwinkle J. Moose?
Yes.
No, what does the J stand for?
It stands for Jay Ward, who is the creator of both. So they gave them both. They gave them both.
Wow.
Both of their middle names are Jay, which is actually Jay.
That's
yeah. I know that. I just Googled that crap up after you said it.
Thank you for sharing that little tidbit of information.
I am such a cartoon buff.
Next next time we do the show, we're going to do Augie Doggy and his son.
Let's do it.
My son.
I heard your middle name is Vivian, Stephen Vivian Rizzo.
Actually, my middle name is Francis, okay?
I think we knew that because it's my dad's middle name as well. I like this subject today. I'm glad you picked it. I like talking about happiness. By the way, we do have a lot of comments here. Linda Jones, hey.
Sharing is caring. Thank you, Linda. Love you.
Hey, are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you,
We
Facebook
got a
user.
lot of
What's
people
the
up
matter? You don't have the nerve to use your name?
I think we've got quite a few comments over here.
Jerry, thank you, Jerry. I appreciate it.
So if you're commenting, throw your name on there because so Steve, it's a deal through StreamYard where they have to register in order for their name to show.
I get it.
So we got a few issues. Hey, I'm aiming to find go back to that one.
Go back to that one, Bruce. Bruce, calm down. I know you drank coffee, but chill.
I'm aiming to find the Mr. Happy within. Now and then he shows up, but I'm finding my consistent happy guy. I think that's probably the name of the game of this whole conversation is being consistent with it.
Well, that's just it. And this guy seems like he's on a quest to try to be happy more often than not.
Yeah.
Because happiness, in my view, is a choice. Now, I want people to understand something because when I give my workshops and I give my programs, I try to let people know that when I'm talking about being happy, I'm not asking everyone to be happy 24/7, 365 days a year. You can't do that. If you tried, your brain would pop because we do have trying times. What I'm talking about, I'm asking you, what is your overall degree of happiness?
Right.
And you know what, Eric? Everyone has a different overall degree of happiness. I'll give you a perfect example. Now, this is a metaphor. A sunny blue sky can be scattered with clouds. Okay. Now, some people wake up in the morning, and as soon as they wake up, they go over to the window, they pull the curtain over, and they look at this beautiful blue sky with the sun shining. But over in the corner, they see these clouds. But these people, they won't focus on the clouds. They're looking at the sun and the blue sky, and they go, man, this is going to be a great day. I'm going to get this done. Now, another person will wake up that same morning, pull up their curtains, and they'll look at the same sky, blue sky, sun, and the clouds. But this person goes, and they start focusing on the clouds. Right. And they say, oh, man, it's going to be one of those days. I just knew it. It was one of those days yesterday. It's going to be one of those days today. Now, let me ask you all, and be honest, Sony, you're going to know this. What is it that you usually focus on throughout the day, especially when you wake up in the morning? Do you focus on the sun and the blue skies and everything that's working and all the great things that could happen on that day? Yep. Or are you focusing on the clouds and all the crap that could go wrong? Now, really, think about it. What do you focus on most of the time? Because what you focus on most of the time is your overall degree of happiness. Yeah. Now, some people have a very high degree of happiness. Some people have a very low. Some people are in the middle. My point is, no matter how low it is, no matter how high it is, you could elevate your overall degree of happiness significantly just by shifting the way that you're thinking and focusing on what's working rather than fixating what isn't working. I'll shut up now.
No, everything you said is spot on. And I appreciated that little rant there. That's good stuff. I think there is a meteorological term of partly cloudy or partly sunny. I think they actually are two different things. But for the scenario you just talked about, some people look at it and they go, no, it's partly cloudy. I'm gonna look at it and say it's partly sunny. Right. That's just the way I'm wired. I do want to throw this out from this book, just under one of Bob's high points. In any given circumstance, you have the power to use your mind to create feel-good thoughts that will propel you to view any situation from a higher part of yourself. Partly sunny, right? From an advantage rather than a disadvantage. The more you do this, the more you solidify a healthier belief system. So the more you look at the sun, you look outside, instead of saying it's partly cloudy, and the more you look at it, say it's partly sunny, it's partly sunny, it's partly sunny, it's partly sunny. There can be more and more clouds, and you're going to choose to see the partly sunny. It takes time, it takes effort, and as it says in here, right here, in any from advantage, see, the more you do this, the more you solidify a healthier belief system. It's right here in this book.
You just segued that perfectly. That's why I love you.
Boom!
You always do a scrupulous job, and you couldn't have made that message more poignant and right on track than what you just did. And it is a choice. It's not negating the fact that you're not going through crap. Everyone goes through crap. But you know what? You also have the ability at certain points, and for everyone it's different, to shift your focus and your way of thinking to the things that could lift your spirits, that can gradually make you feel better. And that's what it's all about. Yeah. It's about searching for stuff that's working in your life, the things that make you feel good. And when you start doing that, the stuff that was annoying the crap out of you or bringing you down slowly but surely starts dissipating. And then you're back on track again, because happiness is our natural state. We're all born with that state.
The thing we had a show last week, we've had a show this week, and then we're going back to every other week. We flipped it, which is, for me, thank you very much. The thing I thought about all week about this subject was this, and if you're watching this, listen to me say this, because this may be the only thing that I'm going to say that's of any value. Happiness is not a destination. When we talk about happiness as a choice, it is a choice. If you say, I'll be happy when this happens, I'll be happy when I have that, I'll be happy when I eat this banana, I'll be happy when I go out to, that is such bullshit. And it's the stuff we tell ourselves is the biggest freaking lie. It is the stuff that makes us not enjoy. We talked last week about the journey, right? It's the stuff that makes us not enjoy the journey and the process. It makes it, I'm very goal driven, but I'm also smart enough to know that all the little wins along the way are what I should enjoy, because they are the happiness in the moments. Happiness is not a destination. It's not where you're going to be. It's where you're at today because you choose it. There are times in our life that we should look back. This is one of those Facebook things, right? Where we need to sometimes appreciate where we're at right now today, because this is where we wanted to be 5 years ago. And we get here and we freaking forget this is what we wanted. Now we have it. And we're so focused on the next thing. We've got to learn to enjoy and be happy where we're at. It is not a destination. It is a mindset. It is a choice. It is where you are right now. Choose to be happy. Say it like, I'm happy. It's okay to be happy where you're at.
And exactly. And to add to that, the United States Constitution says life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Maybe you should read life, liberty, and happiness of the pursuit. In other words, enjoy the journey to where it is that you're going. I was talking to a couple of friends of mine just about 3 days ago, and they're buying this beautiful house. And they were complaining that first, they were so excited that they bought the house. Now they're all frazzled. I said, what the hell is wrong with you guys? We went out to a late lunch a couple of days ago. And she started getting all, well, we could try to get the furniture in there, and this is the house. She goes, I'll be happy once we get everything in the house. I said, how could you say that to yourself?
Right.
You just on one breath said you've got the house of your dreams. Now you're dissipating all that happiness. You're destroying it because you just created the mindset that you're not going to enjoy the process. It's bringing the furniture in the house and placing it where you want and saying to yourself, wow, we're getting closer to this. This is what I wanted. But people bypass that because in this country, more than any other country, we've created a mindset. I won't be happy until I get what I want. Right. What happens if you say that and your subconscious that runs 97% of your life, and your subconscious is the genie of your soul, is saying, okay, fine. If you're not going to be happy until you get what you want, what if you don't get it until 5 years from now?
Right.
You're
so
putting
you're just never happy along the way. It's such a weird. I know people that are that way and they're miserable. And by the way, and to top it off, some of those people that I know that are very miserable because they never get to happiness also don't even set freaking goals, and they just live their whole life miserable and they have nothing to look forward to. I will tell you, and this is maybe speaking out of the other side of my mouth, we've got to have goals for ourselves. We've got to have goals for our family, I think people tend to be happier when they have things to look forward to, because it is that process of like, hey, we're saving money for a Disney trip. Right. And it's that process of like, hey, we put another $50 and we saved another $100. And some of that little process, the process is enjoyable if you let it be. We don't have things to look forward to. I know. I agree. Hey, well said too, because it's that putting the money in the jar, which would be igniting the happiness. We're getting closer. We should have a swear jar on the pre-show, by the way. Oh, I already have one of those. Hey, Bruce, do me a favor. Let's see some of the comments. Let's just bring the comics going from the beginning, please. The banana manna, Fufana, looking good, Steve. Sorry. Hey, John, how you doing, man? There's John, looking good. Steve, nice shirt. Steve Francis. Is it Steve or Steven? It's Stephen Francis Rizzo, but Steve Francis is perfect. That's Eric B. Eric, you're the man. Thank you, my friend. Most of that is me, Eric. No, okay. I wish I knew who this was. They haven't updated StreamYard. Shut up, Kellen. Move on. The StreamYard's not listing a lot of names. They have a glitch. Yeah. Gratitude is the engine of choice to be happy. Joseph Fusco.
Joe Fusco is a dear friend of mine. He turned from one of my greatest clients to one of my best friends. Yep. Linda had dinner with him and his wife that last weekend.
Throw Linda's comment back up there for a second.
Yeah.
If you can. So all the fun is on Facebook. And I know she's probably talking about this show.
Of course
she is. I do want to talk about that because some people can look at Facebook and look at social media, it's not a happy place, right?
Yeah.
If you come across, you're scrolling through Facebook, right? Let me back up. I read an article 2 months ago. And it was talking about Facebook. 12 years ago on Facebook, we didn't scroll. Okay. You would go to someone's page and look at their wall, or you would write something on their wall. We didn't have this just scrolling through. Okay. So because Facebook can be such an unhappy place, if you're scrolling through Facebook and Joey Fusco there is constantly posting negative stuff, or Joey Fusco is constantly posting political stuff and stuff you don't agree with, unfollow him. And I know he's not, but unfollow people that make you unhappy on social media.
Yeah.
Just unfollow them. You don't have to delete them off Facebook. Just unfollow them.
Why would you focus on something that's going to bring you down? And sometimes you're not even aware that they're bringing you down.
Yeah. Too many people do.
Let's keep going with the comments.
Yeah. We've got a few more here.
Diana Jordan, thank you. Bring it on.
I like this one.
Joe Fusco, overcast days are some of the best days. Diana Jordan, by the way, is an incredibly brilliant comedian.
Well, and it's a great point. Overcast days are some of the best days. You know why? Because he chooses to let them be great days. Because I have a friend of mine who says, "Well, I bring the sunshine everywhere I go."
Yep.
So it could be overcast, but I'm gonna bring the sunshine.
Yeah.
You know? So one of the things that maybe you probably don't know about me, but and we don't make rom-coms anymore, I think, that are worth a shit. But I'm a rom-com. I'm a romantic. I love all that. I love bringing flowers. I love rom-coms. One of my favorites is Notting Hill, right? And she says in that movie, she says, happiness isn't happiness without a violin playing goat. And it's a reference to the Chagall painting that's on the wall. And you see this beautiful woman, and you see a goat playing. And part of me can look at that quote and say, well, she wasn't happy. Happiness isn't happiness because that's not here. But I don't think that's a reference to what she's saying. I think for her, the happiness was, well, here's this beautiful woman in this painting, and she's smiling, and there's a goat playing a violin. And I think it's so kind of telling in some ways that, sometimes the happiness that we're looking for is it's all around us. It's our kids, it's laughter, it's reading something that's enjoyable, like this, that brings out happiness in you, or it's the little things like me picking up a banana, knowing I'm gonna and find the little things that make you happy,
and it's the little things that mean a lot. Exactly. Yeah. And it's all around. And it's when you're feeling not happy is when you have to start being a little bit more observant. That's all you have to do, and give yourself a break. Let's bring out some more of these comments because these are really good tonight. I love it. Bruce, did you go to sleep? Getting up, listening to Wonder Warrior, Uncle Larry, Chit Chat, and Crown. Chats make the day. Blessed totally.
Love it. Beautiful. What book are you I'm referring to this.
Oh, that's my new book, Diana. Conversations with Bob. It took me 8 years to write.
Is this
getting great reviews? Get a copy, Diana. Let's talk about it.
Is this the perfect time to bring up
we'll do that in a few minutes. We just want to see a few more comments. But you're right, we should. Thanks for reminding me. I almost forgot. The NYC and Griff Show. Yo. You aren't human if you don't have poop. Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
We her point is we all have shit, right? We all have problems. And
if you didn't have shit, you wouldn't have anything to compare the happiness with.
Be happy for what you have already. I will tell you, I'm a very optimistic person by nature. And I had someone in the last year say, do you wake up like that every day? And as a general rule, I probably do 70% of the time. And you mentioned, like, what do you do in the morning to be happy, right? One of the first things I do almost every single morning, and I'm no different than anybody else. I get on my phone and I start scrolling, right? I start looking. And I'm always looking for something to post that gets in my noodle, that gets me thinking, and like something positive. And I'll post something, like quote, something every day. And sometimes that's not because I'm feeling it. Sometimes I post that because I need that for me.
Yeah,
I need to post something to put me in the right direction and get me going. Because if I post on Facebook and say, man, today sucks, all my friends will line up and say, you're right, it does suck. It does suck. It does suck. And you know what? Misery loves company. Screw that. Post something positive every day and watch your mindset change. I do that probably 3 out of 7 days a week.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. So, let's just keep going with these comments, and then we'll get.
By the way,
thank you for reminding me,
Steve. This is the Nick and Griff show. My son Nicholas. This is his Bitcoin show.
Oh,
I think
really?
my dad couldn't agree more. All right. That's his podcast about Bitcoin.
Thanks, Nick.
Doing, and he's killing it.
Thanks, Griff.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Good dudes.
The when and the syndrome is the freeway to frustration. Eric, love you. Always did. Always will. You're a wonderful guy. Fresco, gratitude is the engine of the choice to be happy. Yes, it is.
Yep, I love that.
And there it is. And there it is. Hey, I'm happy here. Maybe that's what we should call the show instead of, hey, I'm talking here. Hey, I'm happy here.
Well, I want to hit hold that pull that one down for just a second. I want to talk about, because I have it written down, and talk about what Joseph said about gratitude. I truly think that gratitude is the key to happiness.
Oh, of course it is.
But people don't realize it, right?
No.
When you're thankful for what you have, God blesses you with more. Right? When you're greedy about that puts you in a place where you're overall generally not happy. But when you're thankful for what you have, God's going to bless you 10 times over. Yep. And when you're thankful for what you have and you give to others, watch God bless it way more than you can ever imagine.
That's the law of attraction in action.
It is. I'm going to tell you a good story, because this happened. This is real time story that happened a year and a half ago. There was a gal on Facebook who I've never met, and she posted a video about being at Walmart, and it was in Kansas somewhere. She was at Walmart, and her son needed some new tennis shoes. They didn't have money for new tennis shoes. Happened to coincide with, she got a call from the pastor from this summer camp. This was last year, from the summer camp her son had gone to, and they thought he'd be really good at track. He's like 10 years old, and he needs new shoes, and she didn't have the money for it. He was crying for shoes. And she just posted it and talked about it. She didn't ask for anybody for money. She just felt bad as a mom. So I sent her a DM and I said, hey, what's your email address? And she sent it to me, and I DM'd her, you can email a Walmart gift card. So I emailed her a Walmart gift card for $50. And I just said, I sent her a message, said, hey, I get your son some shoes, right? And she, of course, called me. She sent me a voice message, and she was so thankful and this and that. And literally the next day, I got a $500 bonus on my check from my boss. And he said, hey, you're just doing a great job. I just want to say thank you. And here I was sitting here, giving with the right heart, and it got blessed 10 times over to me, and I had no idea it was coming the next day.
Well, that's because you did it for
the right reason.
You didn't do it for any other reason but here.
Yeah.
Great story.
It was awesome.
That is great. One more comment, and then we'll get into the word according to Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark. Steve wrote 2013, the good news. This is in my book, Get Your Shift Together. I remember it. The good news is there are always fresh opportunities to be happy. Imagine life is like the Grand Central Station where happy times arrive around the clock. The chances are the opportunity to be happy has already arrived. Sometimes it's right in front of you. For whatever reason, you are unable to shift your focus to notice and appreciate it. Mark, that couldn't have came at a better time. Thank you so much.
Mark just won the internet. That's why I paid it. That's why I paid to be on this show.
Let's hold the comments, and thank you for reminding me. Let's go to the word according to Bob video. Folks, please stay tuned and listen to this, because this is entitled Happiness is a Choice. I want you to get this. We'll get back. Keep Keep with the comments. Please stay on. Stay tuned. Watch this.
Hey, you want in on a little secret? No, it's not Victoria's secret, so calm down. Actually, Victoria really doesn't even have a secret. Have you ever seen the merchandise in that store? It's obvious to me that the secret is pretty much revealed. Here's the secret. Happiness is a choice. As I always say, making happiness as a choice is what life is all about, and it's the best way to stay motivated and inspired throughout the day. And I know what some of you are thinking right now. Okay, Steve, if happiness is a choice, then why are so many people feeling crappy instead of happy? Huh? Why are so many people going through life feeling unfulfilled? Well, the answer is that most people either don't believe that happiness is a choice or they can't understand its meaning. Happiness isn't one choice, like deciding which presidential candidate will make you less miserable. Try thinking of happiness as a lifetime of small moment-to-moment choices. On any given day, there are a number of reasons or excuses that I can use to justify being unhappy. I mean, it could be work-related, time constraints, someone else's bad mood, health issues, financial issues, family issues. And by the way, if you knew my family, you would definitely understand. The key, however, is that I know that I'm responsible for my state of mind. I'm totally aware of what happens to me when I begin to lose control. Allowing these outside forces or circumstances to determine my happiness can quickly send me into a downward spiral. And the same goes for you. Whatever it is that has the potential to keep you from enjoying the day and the success that you desire, understand that it's not the situation in and of itself that's causing you to be unhappy or to feel unsuccessful. It's really the thoughts that you have about the situation. It's what you choose to focus on over a period of time that fuels your emotions and defines your reality. Now, I got to tell you, I find it absolutely amazing that the same incident can be experienced in different ways by different people. I mean, there are those who view life's little mishaps as a catastrophe, like it's the end of the world, while others find the humor in it and they laugh it off. I mean, that's not to say that you're wrong to get upset when your car doesn't start, you're going to be late for work. I get that. That's natural. But you're doing yourself a grave disservice if you allow the bad mood to continue. If you're not vigilant, one bad mood can avalanche out of control and ruin what could otherwise be an enjoyable and productive day. My point is this. Rather than dwell on negativity, why not choose to shift your focus on what's working in your life rather than fixating on what isn't working? Why not bless the things that life has given you rather than cursing what life is currently throwing at you? And use your time and energy finding solutions to your problems rather than wallowing in them. If you do, you're going to be experiencing a happier, healthier reality for yourself. Either way, the outcome is based on choices. And that's the word, according to Bob.
Dun, 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 dun. And by the way, folks, if you would like, you can purchase the book. All you have to go is to the Bob website, which is that's funny, which is yourinnerbob.com. Yourinnerbob.com. Can you show that again, what you just had displayed there?
Are you talking that's the painting from that movie from Notting Hill where I believe the character's name is Anna, and she's taught happiness isn't happiness without a violin playing goat.
Yeah, there you go. Let's go. Let's have some more comments, boys and girls.
I don't know if we've got a ton more.
I think we got a few more coming up.
Yeah. Here's one from DJ Flores. There are so many of those amazing stories. Oh, there you go. But the people who need Jesus are on Facebook. True. Amen. And Linda's unfollowed a lot of people over the years. Good. Keep doing it. The guy stepped on my credit. That does not make me happy. I don't know what that's about. Some of these, when they happen, it could be something.
Well, I was giving her a compliment because she is a brilliant comedian.
Everyone brings this
a wonderful speaker. She's really good at what she does. She's been in the business for quite some time. She doesn't look it. She looks great, but she's She's really good. She's
I like. We'll go back to that one. I like that. Hold on. Everyone brings the sunshine. Some when they come, some when they go.
Yeah.
Who wrote that? Somebody, whoever wrote that, please say, "Hey, I wrote that," because that's funny. I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah,
I like that too. Ever think that the word happiness begins with HJ, as in ha ha, ha ha, ha
ha ha,
ha, ha ha,
ha ha.
Oh
hell. Autocorrect. Ha. Good thing we figured that out, Diana. Ha ha. I got the joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? I know that song.
Please, Eric, you're great. I love you, but don't sing. Don't even get close to it, all right? I start with Dutch sheets. I believe happiness is always a choice. Yep, we have just two choices. Love the show, guys. Thank you, GJ Flows. Thank you so much. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. I think I'm doing your show again soon.
Eric was the one that gets credit for they bring sunshine when they go. Hey, I know we're kind of up against maybe a little bit towards the end here, and the two things I just wanted to wrap up from my standpoint. I know you probably have some more, but happiness is not a destination, and people have got to realize that.
Yeah.
It is everywhere around you and everything going on in your life. It is the laughter of my daughters. It is my daughter last night saying, "Daddy, I want a hot dog." And I was telling Kellen's watching. I was telling Kellen and Bruce earlier, Ruby wanted a hot dog. I made her a hot dog. She was very specific about she wanted ketchup on it. She took one bite and said, "I done." And I couldn't do anything but laugh about it because it was just funny, you know. And that was happiness. And the other thing that I wrote down to talk about was, here for me are ways to be happy and to find happiness. Okay, and it starts with give. If you give, you will find happiness. It comes back to you tenfold, right? And here's the things you can give for me. The biggest one is you can give your time. Give your time to someone and watch it come back to you. Volunteer. I serve on the board of 2 local nonprofits, and I get so much back from that. Time. Smiles, hugs. People like to feel validated. Make people feel important, right?
Compliments.
And watch the happiness. Advice.
Yep.
Cards. These are from Kellen. I send these out 5 every week. I don't want to dive too much into buying things for people to get happiness, but I did this again last week, and I do it every time, especially at McDonald's in the morning for breakfast, because you know you're going to get off pretty cheap, right? But yeah. I bought for these 2 mid to late teenage kids behind me, and there was like $7 or $8. And dude, I look in the rearview mirror, and there's 2 dudes like just waving like they had just won the freaking Super Bowl, and it was $7.
Yep.
It was $7.
I get it.
So if you want happiness, give your time, give smiles, give hugs, give validation, give advice, give cards. You want to bless a restaurant, and you know I live in that space, give a great review. Put it on Facebook. Put it on Yelp. Give a great review.
I see. I couldn't agree with you more. Nothing could make you happy than an attitude of gratitude and giving to people. Didn't you ever just like help someone with packages that they couldn't carry, and you help them with the packages to their car, and they give you this look like, "Thank you so much." You could be in a low mood, but after you've done that little service for that someone, it elevates the very essence of who you are. And you can take that with you for the whole day. And it makes you feel like, wow, I was just in a bad mood. And remember that. That's the key. When you're in a bad mood and giving to someone elevates your spirit, acknowledge that, because you're sending a message to your subconscious that, as I always say, runs 97% of your life. And your subconscious will say to you, you might want to do that more often.
Yeah.
The more you give to people, the better you feel. The better you feel, the easier life becomes. The easier life becomes, the more you're going to be in a position to be happy to enjoy life.
Well, I'll end with this, and if you look at my Facebook right now, and because this is what it says on the top of my Facebook, right? It says, you guys can go look at it. It says, lean into it. I think we need to lean into a lot of things in our life, right? We need to be the CEO of our life. And here is what applies to what you just said: give, grow, and gratitude. And I love that. I believe in, if you give what we just talked about, it comes back. And if you're trying to constantly grow in your life and be a better human, and whether that's watching a show like this and learning something and taking one thing away from it that energizes you tomorrow, or still, reading a book like this, or if you're growing as a human, you're going to be better, right? And then lastly, gratitude. If you do all of that shit from a space of being thankful and being gracious and being humble, watch your life explode, explode. And the last thing I have on here is I'm just getting started. I'm 52. I'm just getting started, folks. Like I'm just now figuring this stuff out for me. And my son's watching. I try to impart this stuff on him at 25. And if I can put this stuff on him at 25 because I didn't have a father that did that for me, that kid is going to have an explosive life. He's well on his way. But give, grow, gratitude. Watch your life explode.
It's those little things that you'll always take with you.
Yeah.
Always, always, always. I remember when my granddaughter, a couple of years ago, after my divorce, after 30 some odd years, I was at my son's house, and I was really feeling low. And I remember talking to my son about the decision I made to leave and all that stuff. And, she was only 5 years old at the time. And I'm looking at her playing with her brother. And I didn't know that she was listening to the conversation at all. And I was in a low mood. And she saw it in my face. And she's looking at me, but she's still playing. And about an hour went by, and I got dressed and I was ready, put my coat on. I said, okay, I'm leaving. And my granddaughter Aubrey comes up to me and she says, Pop, wait. And she jumps into my arms, wraps her legs around my waist, puts her arms around my neck, grabs my face with the utmost sincerity, looks at me, and she says, look at me. She goes, look at me. And I'm looking at her, and I couldn't believe how serious she was. She goes, when you come back next week, I'm going to be wearing a long white dress, and we're going to get married. And I'm going to take care of you for the rest of your life. I had tears in my eyes that you wouldn't believe. My daughter-in-law got very emotional. My son's getting emotional. She's noticing that everyone's going upset, and she goes, what? That was supposed to make them happy. And
tears of joy, right?
That just lifted my mood from, you wouldn't believe it. And it was just that one little thing. I'll remember that for the rest of my life.
Isn't it interesting how little kids have that way?
Oh, yeah.
I last week I ended up in the hospital on Tuesday, and the night before, Ruby's with me, and she's 3, and we're laying in bed, and she knows I'm not feeling good, and she just patted my stomach, and she goes, Dada, it'd be okay. My stomach hurts sometimes too. And it was just that little moment of that little thing. Sometimes just kids say the right things at the right time with nothing expected in return.
Yep.
And we need to be more childlike in our lives. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, we really do. If we can bring, and I think that's one of the things that I have most over most adults is I have this child within. I always tell people I might get old, but I'm not growing up. I will never grow up. I won't.
Yeah.
It's just, it's something, it's a quality that we let go sometimes, and we shouldn't, because I do know when I'm really down and I act like a blithering idiot sometimes, it's the thing that elevates my spirit more than anything else. And we all have these strategies, these common sense strategies, which, by the way, are all in this book. Common sense strategies to help you to enjoy your life, not to wait for the goal to be achieved to be happy. Enjoy yourself during the journey, to focus on what's working rather than fixating what isn't working, to bless the things that life has given you rather than cursing what life may be throwing at you. We all have shit to deal with. Yeah. It's what you do with the shit that will determine your quality of happiness.
I was going to ask you, orange juice with pulp or no pulp for Steve Francis Rizzo?
Folks, for those of you who don't understand, Eric, every show he's going to come up with a question that has nothing to do with what we're talking about, and it throws me all the time. And he did it again because
orange juice with pulp or no pulp?
I like pulp.
I do too. I like
because that's real orange juice.
Yeah, give me a little chunky pulp. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Come on. No pulpers are awful people.
I'll go as far as saying that pulp makes me happy.
Pulp makes the world go round.
Yeah. The pulp of Greenwich Village. That was the movie. That was the pulp of Greenwich Village.
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm waiting. See, when Steve does this, the show's off track, and he's like, bam, bam.
No, that means you disoriented my brain. That's what that means. I love you, man. I am so glad you're a part of the show. It's just like
Pulp.
so cool.
Roy got Roy over here is like Pulp. Like Pulp is good.
I know. Let Pulp rules. Roy DiMartino was on. I love Roy.
I love Roy more than you.
Good to see you, my friend.
Pulp,
Any more comments?
Like Pulp rules.
Peter Pan, never grow up. That's right. Peter Pan, Neverland. Any other comments?
We got one that says Pulp is king.
Pulp is king. I believe happiness is always a choice. We have two choices. Love the show, guys. Thank you, DJ. Appreciate it, man. That's the win and the syndrome. When I get, then I'll be happy. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's a syndrome.
The win and then.
Steve, if you guess what. If you
Diana is volunteering to be a guest on our show. She's a
you know what, Diana, it's so funny because as I knew that you were listening, we should have her on the show.
She'd do it. Great. 2 weeks, 2 and 2.
Diana, I think you have my email address, steve@steverizzo.com. Just email me and we'll set something up. Because we're seriously considering having guests, and you'd be a perfect guest.
The comments are still coming in here. Pulp Teeny. We got long live the pulp.
Here we go. Pulp Teeny. Long live Pulp.
When you have four kids, you learn to
Jim Garrity.
They like.
When you have 4 kids, you learn to like what they like. Absolutely.
That's right. Like Pulp.
And that makes you happy.
Pulp is king. I think that's a great way to end this show today. Pulp is king.
Pulp is king. Unless we have more comments, we got to get everyone in. Give. Kindness is a language which the blind can read, the deaf can hear, and the dumb can speak. Even fools can master it. Well said, Mark. I mean, if Eric can master it, then anyone can.
And Diana came back with, I hate pulp in my wine. Now, that's a whole other show. So
as I remember, I think Diana
we never cheers.
She loves red wine. Diana loves red wine, as I remember.
Did we ever cheers today, by the way?
We will right now. Diana, just as for you. Cheers.
Cheers. Ching.
For everyone, actually.
Diana, I thought he said masturbate.
What'd she say? That's right. We got to watch out when we have her on the show, by the way.
Yeah. This is a family.
But you'll love her. She's wonderful. She's good. There are so many of those. This is great. Thank you for these comments, man. You know, this is cool. This is what we love. There are so many of those amazing stories. Tony Robbins had a great one as well. Thanks for sharing, Eric. Appreciate it.
Yeah, he's referring to my story about the lady that was at Walmart. So,
yeah.
Look for the joy. Look for the joy.
I understand. It gets me often. Kellyanne, comment.
She commented. Comment.
What does that mean?
She just commented. You comment.
My motto is attitude determines altitude. Choose your joy.
Yeah, that's an old school Zig Ziglar thing right there, right?
That's great. That's great, Bonnie. Thank you.
And it's
Bonnie Jean Crawford. But that sounds like a movie. The Ballad of Bonnie Jean Crawford.
I'm still thinking about the Pulp and Diana's
I know.
Like, what kind of wine you're buying, but
wait, what was that? Come on, Bruce, what was that? Give kindness is a language which the blind can read, the deaf can hear, the dumb can speak, even fools can master. Didn't we just?
And even Steve Rizzo can read it twice. We've already had that. So this show is done. We will be back in 2 weeks. Hey, Steve, is it appropriate?
Yes, we will.
Yes, it is appropriate.
2 weeks. The next show will be when?
July 14th.
July 14th.
2 weeks, 2 and 2.
Yeah, 2 weeks. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Diana, you got my email. Connect with me, and I'll get back to you, and we'll have you on the show one time. We'll definitely do it. At some point, we're going to go every Thursday, but right now we're just doing every other Thursday. And we love the following we're getting. We love the comments. And if you want to be a part of my mission to get my message out, you'reinabob.com. Purchase the book. If you love the book, just give a review on Amazon. It goes a long way. It's already 5 stars. I'm getting wonderful reviews. I love you all, seriously. And the key is enjoy the rest of the evening and bring that into tomorrow.
bum, bum,
That's it.
bum,
We're out of here.
bum, bum.